Glad you could join us here for the IdahoSports.com game screen production of the 3A Football State Championships. It is Weiser, it is Snake River, it's the Battle of the Harrisons. And glad you could join us here on IdahoSports.com. Mike Safford with you. Sorry for a few of the technical difficulties. We were streaming on a different channel right now, as it'll be the Weaver Wolverines to get the football first. We talked about it. We were basically talking to dead air for everyone. As I mentioned, it is the Battle of the Harrisons. Tom Harrison, who's got the field named after him at the school at Snake River in the eastern half of the state, won 8 state titles from him from 1995 to 2002, 10 state titles overall, and he's taken on his son as Jeb Harrison, the head coach at Snake River. Weiser has won the toss, and they will look to bring the football back, and a good carry, and all the way down the near sidelines. No one is going to touch Brock Spencer. He's housing it on the very first play of the game. There's no flags. It's a touchdown, Weiser. Unreal. Welcome to the quarterfinals. As it was Levi Belknap that kicked off, and it was just a little squib kick down the middle, and Spencer picked the football up at around the 30-yard line. It was never touched, and it came right down the numbers down the near sideline and goes 70 yards for a touchdown. And 12 seconds into the contest, Weiser has a 6-0 lead. Talk about how they started the game last week, as Weiser scored the first 48 points of the contest. Extra point on its way, kick on the way, and good. We'll take a quick timeout. 7-0 Weiser here early on. Glad you could join us here on IdahoSports.com.
Lead the charge into a brighter future with the all-new 2022 Volkswagen ID4. With an EPA estimated range of 250 miles, the ID4 knows how to go the distance. It's an electric SUV that's as fun to drive as it is stylish and functional. You don't have to sacrifice good looks for great performance. So stop by our dealership today and jumpstart your year with the Volkswagen ID4. Teton Volkswagen, where it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicle.
7-0 in favor of the Weiser Wolverines. And the funny part about it is they didn't even have to touch the football on offense, as Brett Spencer, the quarterback, Brock Spencer, the sophomore, who is known more for his defensive prowess, but Brock Spencer from 70 yards out, and a 7-0 lead. We'll go through all of our sponsors. Glad that you can join us here on IdahoSports.com, our game screen production of the 3A State Championships, brought to you by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valley-wide Co-op and Country Stores, and Project Filter, Stop Smoking and Living. As a low end-over-end kick bobbled near the 25-yard line and swallowed up right there. It was Danny Ray, the junior, who handled the football on a very short kick, and now it'll be the opportunity to see if Snake River can answer. Cole Gilbert, their quarterback. We talked about it when no one was listening to us. 845 yards through the air, 360 on the ground. Carson Hawker, one of their 2 top running backs out of the wing T formation, and it'll be a play fake. Rolling out to his right and going down in the backfield is Gilbert. Willie Schertz, his sister, won an all-conference award today at College of Idaho as their cross-country team won the conference title, but a huge loss on the first play all the way back to the 14-yard line. Jeb Harrison, in his 6th year at Snake River, 2 years ago took his team to the state semifinals. They'll turn handoff near side, and there's not much running room, as they handed it off to Zach Staley, who was averaging nearly 70 yards or 7 yards per carry. And that quickly, trailing 7-0, Snake River faces a third and about 20 back on their own 14-yard line. If you just joined us and blinked, the opening kickoff returns 70 yards for a touchdown by Brock Spencer, and it's 7-0 Weiser already. Third down and 20. Deep drop this time, having to roll out, and he's getting hit again. Second time that Gilbert has been sacked, and this time it was up front. Xander McElroy, the defensive tackle, able to make the play, and 3 and out will go the squad from Snake River here early on. Some reason the clock has stopped, as it'll be Spencer to do the punting. Good snap to him, and he'll kick a knuckleball kick. Good punt, it'll bounce around the 40, 35-30, be taken right there by Weiser. Breaking a tackle near the 40-yard line, and that'll be it. The Weiser roster we were given today and the Weiser roster we have online do not match, unfortunately. So we'll try to figure out some of the names, and that's the hard part about small high school football, is that a lot of times you get what you get. First down and 10, handoff, Schertz going over right guard, and he just bowls his way for a gain of 8. Schertz has had a good season, as we mentioned. The All-Snake River Valley Conference pick, 11 touchdowns. He also has 11 touchdowns and 1,100 plus all-purpose yards. Out of the wing tee, handoff, Schertz again, right up the middle. He's got the first down, and he is into Panthers territory. First down carry. In the middle of the defense for Snake River was Ben Matthews, a junior. So a quick first down. First down and 10. It'll be a quarterback keep this time, right up the middle, and it's 5 yards a pound right now for Brett Spencer. 9-1 on the season is Weiser. They were ranked number 3 coming into the state championships in the Max Prep rankings. Their only loss to Homedale, that was 3 weeks ago in the de facto championship game by a score of 14-6. Out of the pistol formation, they'll hand it off to Schertz, and he's got a hole, 40, near the 35, and a first down. Willie Schertz just bulling his way down the near sideline, and he was knocked down by Colby Hansen, the senior. And the clock continuing to run with 8:30 left here in the opening quarter. And Weiser already out to a 7-0 lead. This time they'll run out of the traditional wing tee, and they'll hand it off up the middle, and a good gain on first down. We'll see who got the carry that time. It was Caleb Grove, the sophomore. So Grove getting a carry out of the fullback position. You can see there's not a whole lot of wide receivers. This is old school football that Tom Harrison likes to employ. Second down and 9. It'll be Schertz this time. Right up the middle, near the first down marker again. Weiser does not throw the football much, but when they do, Spencer is effective. In fact, he is averaging nearly 17 yards per completion. As coming off the field is one of Weiser's top two-way players, Riley Willett, and it looks like his right shoulder is banged up just a bit. And We'll see what the officials will do as they back things up, and they're going to ask for the chains to come out. So we can tell you about our sponsors that are here tonight. And thank you to Title I, Han Packing, Weiser Classic Candy, Les Schwab here in Weiser, Farmer Supply, MTE Communications, Dilly Dental, CMB Operations, Idaho Ag Credit, Lava Hot Springs, and Sputnik, our great sponsors from both in Weiser and both in the Blackfoot area. They say it was just a bit short, so we'll bring up third down. They'll wind the clock. So out of a tight formation, Spencer will just keep it himself, and he'll bull his way forward for a first down. They said forward progress was stopped on the play. As I mentioned, our broadcast brought to you by Weiser Classic Candy. Weiser Classic Candy and Deli's proud support of Weiser Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck at tonight's game. Go get 'em, boys. And also by Les Schwab here in Weiser. They're proud to support the Wolverines in the playoffs this season. Everyone at the shop is rooting for you. Mike Safford, PJ Safford with you. A family affair here in Weiser along the Snake River. First out and 10, play fake. Spencer looks, now look to keep to try to go to the far sideline. He's got some speed, broke a tackle at the 25, down inside the 20-yard line. They were looking for the tight end into the flat. Nice job by the Snake defenders, the Panthers defenders that time, to be able to stop the ball, but Spencer able to get himself 6 yards. Brett Spencer, the senior, his younger brother Brock, the sophomore, had the 70-yard kickoff return on the opening kick to give Weiser this early 7-0 lead. Snake River went 3 and out on their first possession, and this drive started back at the 42-yard line. It'll bring up a second down and about 7. They'll turn, hand off near side, stretched out a bit. That's Brock Spencer on the fly sweep, and he will be stopped short of the line to gain. So his first carry of the day, as they went from the left wing back position. It'll bring up a third down and about 3. Halfway through the first quarter, Tom Harrison, 10-time state champ, won 8 of them at Snake River, including 7 titles in 8 years from 95 to 2002. Also won a title at Raft River, also at Pocatello. As they'll turn, play fake. Spencer rolling out to his right, and he goes down. Do they blow him dead? No, they'll throw back to the corner of the end zone. Jump ball, and it goes incomplete. It looked like Spencer was down behind the line of scrimmage. I did not hear a whistle. We'll see where they'll mark it. Will it be fourth down in a bit? No, they're going to say it was a sack by the Snake River defense. So I'll bring up a fourth down and long. As they'll say his knee was down, they let the play go. I could not hear a whistle from this spot. But it'll be 4th and 13. And the Snake River defense, which was struggling earlier in the drive, trying to stop the ground attack. With 5:34 left, it's a fourth down and long. This will be a huge momentum boost for Snake River if they can get a stop. They'll send a man in motion, play fake, and whistles everywhere, and it's going to be a false start on Weiser. Our broadcast brought to you by Han Packing and Weiser, proud to produce, process, and ship onions of superior quality. The fields in and around Weiser, along with a warm, dry climate, are perfect for growing the best onions around. And the best onions you've ever tasted, from medium yellows to reds to super colossal yellows. Han Packing grows and delivers those sweet and wonderful onions for you to enjoy. Han Packing Company in Weiser is proud to support the local communities they serve and are proud of all the student athletes, both teams, in tonight's game. So make it a little further back. 4th and 19. And this time they'll have 3 receivers, and they'll quick punt. It'll be bunted down inside the 5. It will roll down to the 1. Were they able to keep it in play? We'll wait to see what the officials say. And it will be down at the 1-yard line. What a great punt that time by Spencer, as he just booted it with the left foot, and it just died right on the 1-yard line. So 99 yards away will go the Snake River Panthers. As I mentioned, their head coach, Jeb Harrison, the son of the Weiser head man, he played for his dad at Snake River High. He went to Idaho State where he played football and then coached with his dad at Pocatello. From the shadow of his own end zone. And they'll hand off middle of the defense and they'll roll forward, get at least a little bit of running room right up the middle. We'll go the fullback, Zach Staley. And he'll bring up a second down and a good gain of 5 on the play. Hawker and Staley, the two running backs that we'll see the most. Hawker the fullback, and he'll take the carry. Comes over right guard and down to about the 8-yard line. So it should bring up about a 3rd down and 3. Again, the early touchdown on the 70-yard kickoff return. 3 plays for Snake River on their first drive, and all of them went negative. 2 quarterback sacks, and then a handoff that went nowhere. 3rd and 3 out of the offset eye. And it'll be a play action and rolling out to his right, a 1st down carry that time for quarterback Cole Gilbert. Gilbert, 9 touchdowns on the ground this year. He's rushed for 360 yards. Everything went towards the right. Gilbert just tuck and ran and gets the first down for the Panthers here this evening. They come in 5-4, as we mentioned during our open that we were on the wrong channel. But when we mentioned the fact they're 5-4 on the season, including the win last week against McCall. But that's not indicative. As a big hole for Hawker right up the middle. A gain of about 3, maybe 4 on 1st down. Right up the middle for Carson Hawker. They beat McCall Donnelly last week 32-0, so it's their 2nd straight Snake River Valley opponent that they're facing, but they've had a tough schedule. They placed Preston, lost to Preston, 4A team, lost to Blackfoot, a playoff team in the 4A ranks, lost to Westside, the top 2A team. 2nd down and 8. Spencer looks to air one out, it's got a receiver open. Staley goes up, makes the catch along the far sideline. And he went to the speedy player. Actually, it's Rylan Anderson who makes the catch along the far sideline. That flips the football field all the way into Weiser territory at the 45-yard line. Huge pitch and catch that time from Gilbert to get it to the hands of Anderson. His 12th catch of the season. He is averaging 30 yards a grab. 1st down and 10. Handoff, middle of the defense. Hawker's got a seam, 40, 35, and it looks like Carson Hawker has a 1st down as moving the football goes Snake River. Down to the 34-yard line, a gain of 11. Remember, this drive started way back at the 1. And you can see they weathered the storm. They got the 4th down stop. 1st down and 10. Handoff, near side. This time, nice job of the interior line for Weiser, and it was Schertz that came in to disrupt that play on the sweep as they gave it in the hands of Staley. So no gain on the play with 2:30 left here in the 1st quarter. 4 receiver set. It'll be a quarterback design keep and not a lot of running room that time for Gilbert. And again, it's that middle linebacker stepping up for Weiser. Michael Youngberg, a junior, that filled the hole as they spread 2 receivers to either side with a single back. And it was a design quarterback run. Probably 4-down territory. Out of the veer, they'll hand it off. Good seam this time for Staley as he's across the 30. Down to the 28-yard line. He'll bring up a 4th down and manageable for the Panthers. So what will Jeb Harrison draw up? Eyeballing his father across the way. The line to gain is the 25. Huge crowd here tonight. 4th down and 3. And it'll be a rollout. Gilbert throws, got a man open, incomplete, down near the goal line. He was looking again for Anderson. It was Spencer in coverage, and after the long drive for Snake River, they'll have to turn it over on downs. Friends at Title I, there's a difference, and we're proud to sponsor the Weaver Wolverines. We're a local title and escrow company with 5 locations in the Treasure Valley, including right here in Weiser. The folks at Title I understand the significance of your investments and experienced staff, and they're dedicated to walk you through the process. For timely online orders and property profiles, visit TitleOneCorp.com or call 414-1455. First down carry right up the middle, big hole for Schertz. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, and he'll get himself 5 on first down. Title I says go Wolverines. From everyone at Title I, there is a difference. Got a ton of sponsors to get through tonight. We'll make sure to get everybody's read. Second down and 5. It'll be a handoff middle of the defense, and this time not a lot of running room for Caleb Grove. As the linebacker crew for Snake River, Colby Hansen came down. Also in there was Tyler Adams to make the stop. And it'll bring up a third down and about 4. So we'll see what Weiser decides to do in the waning moments of the first quarter, leading by a score of 7-0. They'll spread make it 2 receivers to either side. Spencer, the quarterback, with a man in motion. They'll look out in the flat, caught. Spencer, 40, 45, 50-yard line. Flag comes in late, and we'll see if it'll be a block. In fact, 2 flags around, and it's going to come back. As it was Brett Spencer to Brock Spencer down the near sideline, but it's going to be a block in the back that's going to push Weiser back 10 yards, and it'll be a third down all over again. Our friends at Farmer Supply Co-op at 622 East Commercial in Weiser says enjoy some delicious eats at the Farmer's Cafe or fuel up your toys. Grab drinks, snacks, play the lottery, get hunting and fishing licenses, ice, all the supplies in one shot. Hungry? They deliver. Find them on Facebook for specials and new arrivals. Locally owned and operated since 1935, Farmer Supply Co-op is a proud supporter of Weiser Athletics and wants to wish them good luck at state. Our broadcast also brought to you by MTE Communications, providing phone and internet service to over 3,000 rural customers in Weiser. MTE Communications knows the students are tomorrow's leaders and rooting for the Wolverines as whistles blow again. And we'll see. And that is the end of the quarter. So we'll step aside. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 in favor of the Weiser Wolverines. We're back after this on IdahoSports.com.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Back here in Weiser, glad you could join us here tonight on IdahoSports.com. Back to pass is the ball thrown over the middle, caught for a first down. Spencer trying to find his tight end coming over the middle, and he was able to find the open Evan Haggerty, the 6'2 senior, for a first down. We're trying to get our stat line to work for you as we are in the second quarter of play. Has a quick handoff again. Schertz right up the middle. Ball might have come out loose. We'll wait to see. And it is Schertz on the carry. A lot of bodies flying everywhere. It looks like it may be close to a first down. Weiser drove down on their first drive inside the 20, but a sack on a third down play pushed him back. They had to pooch punt. Snake River was able to flip the field position, but after doing so, they had to turn it over on downs as Schertz comes the near way and unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. As it'll bring up a second down and about 11. Back to pass goes Spencer. Pressure coming from the backside. He'll now roll out to his right. Waits, throws deep over the middle, and it is incomplete. Playing in center field. Away from the play to knock that one down was Andy Cerna as a player down on one of the offensive linemen. That's Braden Phillips as they'll bring up a third down and long. And he'll have to limp his way off the field. Our broadcast also brought to you by Dilly Dental. They've been providing you with personalized quality dental services since 2013. When you visit Dr. Dilly at Dilly Dental, your smile's the top priority. Implants, crowns, bridges, bleaching, even Botox. They have locations in both Weiser and Cambridge. It'll be an empty formation this time, a third down and 11. And Spencer rolls out to his right, now steps up in the pocket. He will run. He'll elude one tackler, elude another. He's got a first down, 35, and now near the 30-yard line. That's just a one-man show. The 34-yard line. They'll run out of the wing T formation. Handoff, big hole, Spencer. He's to the 25, near the first down. Down near the first down marker. They'll say a gain of about 9. Handoff again. And a first down carry this time for Willie Schertz right up the middle. Weiser into the red zone for a second time. First down and 10 inside the 18-yard line. A handoff, Schertz, middle of the defense, maybe 2 or 3. Big crowd, as you can see, on the hillside to the left of the field here in Weiser along the Snake River. Tom Harrison, the head coach at Weiser, longtime head coach for the Panthers, where he won 8 state titles for the squad from the Blackfoot area. It'll be a 4-receiver set in the formation. And it'll be a quarterback keeper. Spencer gets near the 15, and that's about it. Tried to be a quick hitter that time. And Brett Spencer, the senior, he's a big kid. 6'1", 200-pounder. But now it'll bring up a third down and about 7. Three backs in the backfield. Play fake. Spencer rolls out. He's got a man wide open, but he lost control of it. He tried to make the throw. He had his brother Brock wide open in the middle of the defense, but that one just slid a little bit out, and it goes incomplete. And now decision time, and I think may see a field goal opportunity. And it will be. They'll tee it up. Middle of the field from about 33 yards. Ryndon Olson to try it. Good snap. Spot. Kick is a line drive kick. Looks wide left, and it is. So the Snake River offense able to hold. And with 7:37 left here in the period, Snake River will have the long field to go. Our broadcast brought to you by Idaho Ag Credit. They finance farmers, ranchers, and those in the ag industry since 1934. Idaho Ag Credit's lending cooperative for people involved in every aspect of agriculture. We'll tell you more about them after a quick pitch to the backfield. Staley's got a nice hole as he's across the 25 near the 30-yard line. They offer easily accessible credit at low rates and local employees who understand agriculture. Whether you buy a tractor, farm, or need help in loans, call Idaho Ag Credit or stop by any of their offices in Blackfoot, American Falls, Twin Falls, and Rexburg. Second down and about 6. And it'll be a handoff middle of the defense. Hawker this time. He's got the first down. He's across the 30 near the 32 or 33-yard line. They'll move the chains. Last drive, Snake River started at their own 1, got all the way down inside the 30-yard line, but were unable to convert on a 4th down and long. 1st and 10 at the 34. It'll be a handoff again. Hawker over right guard. A little bit of running room, but not much as that closed down quickly. Xander McElroy comes down to make the play. As we near the midfield stripe with 6:30 left here in the first half. Play fake. Long ball. Man open. Anderson can't make the catch. He was trying to go deep. Was Gilbert. And trying to find Rylan Anderson, and it was broken up by Spencer. As we'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. Every seat here in the facility is full. The berm over the west end zone is packed. 3rd down and 7. Rolling out goes Gilbert. He'll look to run. Can he get to the line to gain? Yes, as he'll run out of bounds at around the 45-yard line. It'll move the sticks for the Panthers. It'll be their 4th first down of the half. And the chains will move. Our broadcast also brought to you by Lava Hot Springs, your destination for a relaxing day away from it all. Just 10 minutes from McCannon and I-15. They're open daily from 9 to 10, 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays, and happily welcoming visitors to sit and enjoy the world-famous pools. As a pitch to the outside, Staley across the 45, and a gain of 4 on first down for the Panthers. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees. Their indoor aquatic center is open for the fall season on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, offering kiddies a splash time as well. Check out LavaHotSprings.com for more information. Good gain by Staley there on first down. They'll bring up a 2nd and 6 near midfield. They'll bring a man in motion, hand off Staley again into the middle of the defense. And he ran into a brick wall. Jesse Lockett and Reese Riley Willett stepped in to make that stop right at the midfield stripe. It'll bring up a third and medium. That's the new word that we seem to find in football, is medium. And this time it'll be an I formation. Back to pass Gilbert, being pressured. Schertz coming from the weak side and got him. Willie Schertz with the sack, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And most likely will force Snake River to have to make a decision on 4th down and 9. And they'll send in the punting unit. First punt went 56 yards. As Cole Gilbert also handles the punting duties. It'll be a short snap, only a 10-yard snap. High snap, but it'll be booted, end over end kick. It'll be taken along the near side at the 25, 30, 35, and then knocked down around the 40. So a lot of running room there for Braden Walker, the junior. That time the punt did not get over the head of the return man. And Weiser's going to have good field position, leading 7-0 with 4 minutes left here in the first half. Our broadcast also brought to you by Spudnik, an international company meeting the needs of potato growers both in field and storage equipment across the globe. Spudnik's customer-focused commitment to the potato industry has allowed them to grow and invest millions of dollars in research and development and manufacturing methods to potato equipment and technology. Thank you to Spudnik in Blackfoot. As that snap a little bit low, thrown out in the flat and caught. Looked like it could have been a broken play, but instead the ball lobbed out to Youngberg along the far sideline, and they'll pick up 15. It was a bad snap, and Spencer had to go down and pick it up. But he was able to improvise, gets 15 yards and a first down. I mentioned Spudnik's corporate headquarters located in Blackfoot and proud to support all the local high schools in the area. Thank you to all of our sponsors that we have brought to you tonight, including our title sponsors, the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valleywide Co-op and Country Stores, and Project Filter. As a pass to the flat, caught. Spencer breaks a tackle near the 40, and he'll get a good gain on first down. So the senior to the sophomore, but away from the play, there is a flag down. And as we pan back, you'll see the yellow flag right in the middle of the W in the middle of the field, and they're going to push Weiser back. It's going to be a hold on the backside. It was the right guard that was whistled for it, and so instead of a gain of 6 on first down, it's going to be a big loss because it happened behind the line of scrimmage. So it's not only just a 10-yard loss, but a 10-yard loss from the spot of the foul. So with 3:35 left here in the first half, and Weiser leading 7-0, they'll have it first down and 25 back at their own 40. Spencer to work out of the shotgun. Lost his footing for a moment as he tries to step up. He'll run into a gang of Snake River players and muscle his way for 4, maybe 5 yards before he's knocked down right in front of his own bench. It was quarterback versus quarterback that time, as it was Gilbert that made the tackle from the safety position. Clock continuing to run. Snake River will have the football to start the second half. So this is a huge possession for Weiser. Snake River's been able to move the football a bit their last couple drives. Handoff, Schertz, middle of the defense. Still trying to surge forward, but maybe a gain of 3 or 4. Now decision time for Snake River. Do you use a timeout here or not? They will not at this point, as it'll bring up a 3rd down and 16. In the red tops are the Wolverines from Weiser. 9-1 on the season. Their only loss to Homedale, and that was by just 8 points. Just over 2 minutes left, and now whistles, and I believe it's going to be a delay of game. Nope. They're going to call a sideline warning. Trying to figure out on whom on the far side. So it'll be a sideline warning. Doesn't mean a whole lot, but if it happens again, you'll see the penalty come out and move the football. Everybody in tight. 3rd down and 11. And they'll roll Brock Spencer out, looking for a throwback. It's not there. Now he'll lob one deep. Schertz is snuck out. He's got it at the 20-yard line. Willie Schertz somehow snuck his way out of the backfield. And inside the 20-yard line, he makes the catch. And that was a great job by Brock Spencer to be able to keep his footing because he was slipping just a bit. And Brett Spencer with a long pass, 1st down and 10. And he'll change the cadence at the line of scrimmage, trying to get the Panthers to jump offside. 1st down and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll turn play action. Back to pass, Spencer rolls out to his right. Now he'll look to run. Pump fakes, big spin at the 10 for the 5. He's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Weiser. What a run for Brett Spencer, the senior. He pirouetted around the 10-yard line and made a man miss. And he did it the rest. So it is 13-0. As the point after attempt set to go. Again, it'll be the extra point up. And that kick is good. As Randon Olson knocks it home, and it is 14-0 in favor of Weiser. And it really 2 quick plays that were the difference there. The 3rd and 11 conversion for the Wolverines. And then Brett Spencer did the rest with a 19-yard TD run with 1:22 left in the second. So Snake River will have a chance to try and answer. That drive started back at the 40-yard line, but they needed to convert on that 3rd down play on that 3rd and 11. And somehow the fullback, Willie Schertz, was able to sneak his way out of the backfield, and he was wide open. It'll be a high end-over-end kick. It'll be bobbled by Anderson at around the 15. Has a little bit of a seam across the 20, and that's about it. It's Rylan Anderson trying to get a little bit of a speed to try to make a play there, and forgot the first thing he needed to do, and that's handle the football. So Snake River will have it 1st and 10, trailing 14-0 at their own 22-yard line with 64 seconds left, and Weiser has all 3 timeouts. So decision to see what Jeb Harrison decides to do here. Gilbert will work out of the I formation. And he'll turn, and it'll be a handoff. Big hole. Staley, he's across the 30 and a 1st down. Zach Staley, 766 yards on the ground this season. Also averaging over 30 yards of reception as they're quickly back to the line. A minute left here in the 1st half. Handoff, Staley again, broke a tackle, 40-yard line. We'll see if anybody uses a timeout here. Someone will. We'll see which way. It'll be a timeout, Snake River, with 50 seconds left. Again, this one of 4 quarterfinal games in the 3A ranks. Last night, it was Sugar Salem, the 3-time defending state champions, winning at Holt Arena against Marsh Valley 22-16. They'll go on to meet the winner of tomorrow's game between top-ranked Homedale and South Fremont. That'll be at Homedale tomorrow with a 1 o'clock kickoff. And if Homedale, which is undefeated and ranked number 1 in the state, wins, it'll be a 4th straight Homedale Sugar Salem matchup, except this time in the state semis. The winner of this game will take on the winner of today's Gooding versus Timberlake game. That one's going on in the Magic Valley right now. 50 seconds left before halftime. 2nd down and 4 for Snake River. And they will hand off again. Staley goes from right to left, and he's near the 1st down marker, but a great open field tackle made along the far sideline that time by Mario Garcia, senior defensive back. And I think they will bring the chains across to see whether or not they will move the sticks. And yes, they will wind the clock and say it was short. And now, Snake River wanting to know why the clock had been running. And we'll see if the officials may put some clock back on, as through that delay, the clock kept ticking. And the officials will run up here and believe they're going to either put 43 seconds or 33 seconds on the clock. A little home cooking. Why not when you're at home? Although you never like seeing that in the state playoffs. As we're here in Weiser, they'll wind the clock with 43 seconds left. No timeout. It'll be a handoff, middle of the defense. Hawker's got the 1st down. He's into Weiser territory down to the 48-yard line. So the clock will stop with 35 seconds left. Quickly up to the ball goes Snake River, and they'll clock it with 48 seconds, make it with 31 seconds left. So bring up a 2nd down and 10 for Gilbert and company. Great multi-purpose field here. If you look straight across, you can see the backstop of their baseball diamond. And they'll put up a temporary fence for the outfield during the baseball season here in Weiser. But a great multi-purpose stadium, which you'll see a lot at this level. 2nd down and 10. Rolling out to his right, Gilbert throws into the flat. He's got Hawker, but it's short of the line to gain. 23 seconds left. Clock still running, and then a timeout going to be called by... Nope, they won't. The clock will still roll. Inside of 13 seconds left. 3rd down and 2. Gilbert rolls out to his left. Throws into the flat, nearly intercepted with 2 seconds left. And Snake River's going to have one last chance to maybe try to throw one to the end zone. It was Brock Spencer to make the stop that time on the ball into the flat. Interesting, they do have timeouts to use, do the Panthers, but they have not used one. So now we'll see what kind of arm Gilbert has. 41 yards from pay dirt. It is 14-0 Weiser. And now it'll be a timeout called by the squad from Snake River. Friends, if you're interested in joining our team here at IdahoSports.com, we're always on the lookout for talented people who want to get involved with what we do. Salespeople, producers, camera operators, writers, photographers, even broadcasters like me. Email editor@IdahoSports.com to find out more. Also be reminded, quitting smoking, chewing, or vaping is tough, but so are you. So if you're ready to quit, there is help. Visit projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW for more information. Stay tuned. After this one, we'll name our IdahoSports.com player of the game. We got a lot to go over at halftime, as well as the Safford crew here in Weiser. Mike Safford, the longtime voice of the Boise Hawks in the Northwest League, the radio voice of College of Idaho Sports for the last 21 years. My son Parker, who's aspiring baseball player in the Valley View District. Probably hear his name on IdahoSports.com as a player down the road, for sure. 4th down and 2. 2 seconds left. Gilbert's going to heave one. No, he won't. Shirts with the sack, and they did not even get a chance to get the ball off to the end zone. And we will go to halftime with the score at 14-0. Well played first half for both teams. For the majority of it, played between the 20-yard lines. But it was the early kickoff return for a touchdown that was the big difference. And then the late touchdown run on the scramble by Brett Spencer, that was the difference. 14-0 is our score going to the break. When we come back, we will look back at the first half of play as well. Glad you could join us here as we head to halftime on IdahoSports.com, our game stream production of the 3A Football State Championships.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
You've heard it before. There is no I in team, but there is an I in dairy. Dairy foods are a great source of protein, which is vital for helping rebuild and repair muscles after exercise. So your body can be at the top of its game at your next competition. So grab some milk, cheese, or yogurt after you work out, train, or play. Yes, it's true. There is no I in team, but there is an I in win. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Perform, refuel, recover, repeat. It's the recipe for success in any kind of sport, and dairy can be a key ingredient in every one of those steps. Dairy foods supply your body with high-quality protein to rebuild and repair muscle, carbohydrates to help you refuel, and fluid and electrolytes to help you rehydrate. So your personal recipe for greatness can be perform, win, repeat. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Glad you could join us here for IdahoSports.com game stream production of the 3A Football State Championships. Mike Safford back with you here in Weiser. It is 14-0 in favor of the Wolverines. This production of the 2021 Idaho Football State Championships presented by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valleywide Cooperative and Country Stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. Also brought to you by our Eastern Idaho sponsors and CFB Operations, Idaho Ag Credit, Lava Hot Springs, and Spudnik, and by our Treasure Valley sponsors, and that being Title I, Han Packing, Weiser Classic Candy, Les Schwab Tires in Weiser, Farmer Supply, MTE Communications, and Dilly Dental. It did not take long for points to go up on the scoreboard, as on the very opening kickoff, it was Brock Spencer that was never touched. As he went down the numbers on the near side of the screen, he goes 70 yards for a touchdown, and it was 7-0. And it would stay that way all the way until about a minute left before halftime. As both teams had chances, twice Snake River drove inside the 30-yard line but were turned away. Weiser was turned away after getting inside the 20 on their first possession. They missed a 35-yard field goal, but it was Brett Spencer on an outstanding run down the near sideline as he took it in from 19 yards out. The extra point was good, and it is a 14-0 lead for Weiser going to the locker room. We'll step aside again here at halftime, let our sponsors talk a bit, and when we come back, we'll see if we have other scores from games around the 3A state championships as we get set for the second half. Glad you could join us here in Weiser on IdahoSports.com, our production of the 3A state football championships.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
You've heard it before. There is no I in team, but there is an I in dairy. Dairy foods are a great source of protein, which is vital for helping rebuild and repair muscles after exercise, so your body can be at the top of its game at your next competition. So grab some milk, cheese, or yogurt after you work out, train, or play. Yes, it's true. There is no I in team, but there is an I in win. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Perform, refuel, recover, repeat. It's the recipe for success in any kind of sport, and dairy can be a key ingredient in every one of those steps. Dairy foods supply your body with high-quality protein to rebuild and repair muscle, carbohydrates to help you refuel, and fluid and electrolytes to help you rehydrate. So your personal recipe for greatness can be perform, win, repeat. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
14-0 our score at halftime. Weiser leading Snake River. Mike Safford, PJ Safford with you here along the Snake River in Weiser. Other scores in the 3A ranks. They are in the fourth quarter in Gooding. Gooding 28, Timberlake 21. Winner of this one will face that one next week. On the other side of the bracket, again, it's Homedale tomorrow taking on South Fremont. The winner to take on Sugar Salem next week in the state semifinals. Our broadcast brought to you by Weiser Classic Candy and Deli, and a proud supporter of Weiser Athletics, and want to wish the guys good luck at tonight's game. Go get 'em, boys. Also brought to you by Les Schwab and Weiser. They're Proud to support the Wolverines in the playoffs this season. Everyone at the shop is rooting you on. Also brought to you by Title One. There's a difference, and we're proud to sponsor the Weiser Wolverines. We're a local title and escrow company with 5 locations in the Treasure Valley, including one right here in Weiser. The folks at Title One understand the significance of your investments, and their experienced staff is dedicated to walking you through the process. For timely online title orders or property profile requests, visit TitleOne.corp.com or call 208-414-1455. Go Wolverines from Title One. Our broadcast also brought to you by Hahn Packing here in Weiser. They're proud to produce, process, and ship onions of superior quality. The fields in and around Weiser, along with a warm, dry climate, are perfect for growing the best onions you've ever tasted. From medium yellows to reds to super colossal yellows, I like those. Hahn Packing grows and delivers those sweet, wonderful onions for you to enjoy. Hahn Packing Company in Weiser is proud to support the local communities as they serve and are proud of all the student athletes that are playing here tonight. Our broadcast also brought to you by MTE Communications, providing phone and internet service to over 3,000 rural customers, including Weiser. MTE Communications knows that today's students are tomorrow's leaders and are rooting on the Wolverines here at State. Our broadcast also brought to you by Farmers Supply Co-op, located at 622 East Commercial in Weiser. Enjoy some delicious eats at the Farmers Cafe or fuel up your toys, grab a drink, snacks, play the lottery, get a hunting and fishing license, ice, all the supplies you need in one shot. Hungry? They deliver. Find them on Facebook for specials and new arrivals. Locally owned and operated since 1935, Farmers Supply Co-op is a proud supporter of Weiser Athletics. And also brought to you by Dilly Dental, as they've been providing you with the personalized quality dental care that you deserve since 2013. When you visit Dr. Dilly at Dilly Dental Office, your smile is our top priority. They offer implants, crowns, bridges, in-office bleaching, and even Botox. Dilly Dental can meet the needs of your entire family at either their Weiser or Cambridge office. Dilly Dental, proud supporter of Weiser Athletics. Our broadcast brought to you by C&B Operations. For all your commercial John Deere new and used agricultural equipment, choose C&B Operations, Eastern Idaho's premier John Deere dealership. C&B Operations at 1102 West Bridge in Blackfoot for all your equipment needs, or visit them online at DeereEquipment.com. That's DeereEquipment. So it's Deere Equipment, no two E's in there. C&B Operations in Blackfoot is a proud supporter of the student athletes and wishes them success here at State. Our broadcast also brought to you by Idaho Ag Credit. They have financed farmers, ranchers, and those in the ag industry since 1934. Idaho Ag Credit is the lending cooperative for people involved in any aspect of agriculture. They offer easily accessible credit at low rates and for local employees who understand agriculture. Whether you're buying a tractor, a farm, or need an operating loan, call Idaho Ag Credit or stop by any of their offices with locations in Blackfoot, American Falls, Twin Falls, and Rexburg to serve your ag lending needs. Or visit IdahoAgCredit.com for more information. They're proud to support the student athletes in tonight's game. Our broadcast also brought to you by Lava Hot Springs, your destination for a relaxing day away from it all. Just 10 minutes from McKinnon and I-15. They're open daily from 9 to 10, 11 o'clock on weekends, and are happily welcoming visitors to sit and enjoy their world-famous hot pools. Their all-natural geothermal hot springs are always 102 to 112 degrees, and their indoor aquatic center open for the fall season on Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. Check out lavahot.springs.com for more information. As I mentioned, it will be Snake River to have possession to start the second half, trailing by a score of 14-0. The kick is on its way, a short end-over-end kick. It'll be taken right around the 20-yard line. Come near side 30, 35, pushed over a man near the 40-yard line. And a great return to start the half for Danny Ray. And that's where Snake River will start the possession. First down and 10. So unlike the first half, in which the opening kickoff got ran back for a score, this time it was a good return, though, for Ray, as they bring up first out and 10 for Gilbert and company. And he'll turn, it'll be a handoff, middle of the defense, and not a lot of running room in the middle for Zach Staley. Staley rushed for 39 yards in the first half, but most of the yardage for Snake River in that period came between the 30s. They started one drive back at their own 1 yard line. Second down, ball lost underneath. See who has it. Gilbert dove back in. Weiser not saying they have it, so I think Gilbert was able to dive in after a loss of the exchange. And it was he and one of his upbacks that were there to try to make the stop, as it was Hawker who was in there to try to help it with him. So the first down yardage erased, and now it'll bring up a third down and 10 at the 42. And Gilbert rolls out to his right, throws in the flats, got a man and a first down. A little stock route that time, and they find the tight end, Jace Mortensen. And he's into Weiser territory, a gain of 11 on the play and a first down. Needed 10, got 11. Third completed pass of the day for Gilbert. As I mentioned, Snake River, they do not throw the football very often. Jeb Harrison in his 6th year. And they'll turn, it'll be a handoff, and going nowhere is Staley. The pressure came right up the middle. It was Xander McElroy, along with Michael Youngberg, who shot the gap. As they read that play, the draw play, trying to get it in the hands of Staley. So it'll bring up a second down and 13. Glad it can join us tonight here on IdahoSports.com. Winner will face Gooding next week in the semifinals. As there was movement along the near sideline, and 5 yards going the wrong way goes Snake River. It was Mortensen that time. After they emptied the backfield, they put Hawker in motion going from left to right. And unfortunately, Mortensen got an early jump. So it makes the second down even tougher, especially when you're chasing 2 touchdowns. 2nd and 17. Gilbert with a little inside screen, and it's dropped. He was looking inside to try to get it to Ray on a little slip screen that time. Had blockers in front, but you got to secure the football first, and he did not. I think he was thinking about what was he going to do once he caught the football before he caught the football. And that's not a high school thing. You see that at all levels. Even the best of the best will have that happen for a time or two. Tough third down here against this difficult Weiser defense. 3rd and 17, pressure coming right up the middle. They'll throw into the flat, it's caught. And now it'll bring up a tough situation, as it's Mortensen who made the catch. They'll rule him down at around the 42, but it'll bring up a 4th down and about 6. And it was a gang tackle that time, 4 different red shirts that time on him. And I think Snake River's going to go for it. Good strong arm throw that time by Gilbert, who on the season had completed just 42% of his passes, 43 out of 96. That's an average of just 9 pass attempts a game. And they'll spend 2 receivers to the top of the screen. Anderson is out there along with Ray. 4th down and 6. Gilbert rolls out. Long pass. Has a man open, but it's dropped. Right through the hands of Ray again, and Weiser turns them over on downs. So Weiser will have it 1st and 10 near midfield. Our broadcast brought to you by Spudnik, an international company meeting the needs of potato growers in both field and storage equipment across the globe. Spudnik's customer focus and commitment to the potato industry has allowed them to invest and grow millions of dollars in research and development into manufacturing methods and potato equipment technology. 1st down and 10, it's Spencer. And he just follows the big horses in front and pushes the pile out near the 50-yard line, a gain of 8. As he just did not want to stop running. Just a quarterback keep that time for Brett Spencer. The investment continues to put Spudnik on the cutting edge of machinery development and as a partner with potato growers to feed the world. The corporate headquarters located in Blackfoot, and Spudnik is proud to support local high school football. As on 2nd down and short, it is Schertz that time with a carry, and he gets half of the yards to gain. Needed 3, got 1.5. And it is into Snake River territory. Nose of the football near the 49-yard line. Under center, movement, and the nose guard comes across the line of scrimmage, and that will move the chains. Good hard cadence that time. And it was Denny that time that came into the neutral zone. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Wolverines. Again, everybody in tight. They'll hand it off. Spencer's got a seam across the 40. And he's down near the 36-yard line. So they'll give him 8 on 1st down. Brock Spencer came into the day the top receiver for the Wolverines. But as the whistle blew for a moment, trying to slow things down as there was an injured Snake River player. Now they'll wind the clock with 7 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter, and Weiser leading by a score of 14-0. Our broadcast brought to you by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valleywide Co-op and Country Stores, and Project Filter. This will be a play fake. All by himself, Spencer in the backfield tries to get to the boundary. He does. He's got the 1st down, 30, lowers his shoulder down near the 20-yard line. Boy, is he a fun player to watch. Stood in the backfield as if he didn't have the football as he faked a pass on a handoff to Schertz and then decided just to go to the boundary and just lowered the boom that time on one of the white shirts. As all of a sudden we had lost our camera for a second, not sure what had happened, but now we're back. 1st down and 10. Play fake and a loss behind the line. However, I believe there may be a face mask. We'll see what the call is. Somehow our computer, or I should say our camera, had a little issue. You can see that on your screen. They are going to call holding on the play, I guess. It'll be 2nd down, maybe no penalty on the play. So it'll be a 2nd down and 12. And out of the shotgun, Spencer throws a hard ball into the flat, caught by his brother down the near sideline, near the 10-yard line. Brett Spencer to Brock Spencer. It'll be a 1st down catch of about 11. And they'll move the chains down near the red zone. And quickly up to the line, handoff Schertz into the middle. And Willie Schertz will get 3 on 1st down. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage will work Weiser. Brett Spencer, the senior, the sophomore of Brock Spencer, the senior of Willie Schertz. A Weiser team trying to get to the state semis for the 2nd time in 3 years. Three men in the backfield. Handoff. Far side. It's Spencer. And he'll get it down to around the 6. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3. 3 men in the backfield again. Bootleg. Brett Spencer is all by himself, and he's just going to walk in. Touchdown, Weiser. Boy, was that easy. The entire flow of the defense went one way. Spencer went the other. And a 7-yard touchdown run gives the home team the lead at 20-0. As Rendon Olson on for the point after. It is 20-0 Weiser. Good snap. Kick is a line drive boot. And that kick is good. 21-0 in favor of the Weiser Wolverines. Trying to get a matchup next week in the Magic Valley against Gooding. Check out our expanded list of regional prepcasts. Our resident experts talk about what's going on in the part of the state in which you live. Be sure to catch our new regional prepcasts each week on IdahoSports.com or download the new episodes wherever you get your podcasts. You can watch each episode at IdahoSports.com and our YouTube channel. And also, friends, as we go on in the state championships, if you'd like your business to be a part of IdahoSports.com on these state championships, contact sales at IdahoSports.com for more information. After stopping Snake River on downs, 10-play, 58-yard drive. Brett Spencer with a 7-yard touchdown. And the kick short. It'll be taken at the 25-yard line. Ray to the 30, 35, 40, and out near midfield. Danny Ray that time came up and handled the short kickoff and got 20 yards on the return. So it's now time for Snake River. As they are trailing by a score of 21-0. And they'll run a double tight end set. It'll be a quick pitch to Staley over the left tackle and not a lot of running room. Zach Staley, a senior, 5'9", 180. He's got some speed. We've seen a couple bursts of speed, but outside of the long pass in the first half to Rylan Anderson, Snake River has not had a play longer than 15 yards all day. 2nd and 9 at the 46. There'll be a handoff again. Coming near side, a good tackle. On the weak side that time by Levi Estes. As they handed it off on the sweep to Levi Belknap. And he gets rustled to the ground after a gain of 2. A nice job by the safety to come down and make the play. Clock rolling, 3:30 left here in the third quarter. Weiser pitching a shutout, just as they did in the first half last week against Buell. 3rd down and 7. Pitch out, Belknap trying to get to the boundary. He's into Weiser territory. He's got a first down across the 45 near the 43-yard line. So Snake River, the Panthers move the chains. And a first down for the team in white. Thinking maybe it was a passing set. And the quarterback with a quick pitch. Gilbert will work and he'll hand off again. 2 hands over the football. And again, it's Belknap. They'll give him 3 on the play. As Jeb Anderson going deeper into his bench, giving Staley and Hawker a little bit of a breather, but they're both in there now. Play action pass. Looking deep on a wheel route. It's got a man open over the shoulder, and unable to make the catch along the far sideline was Ray. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7. It was not Ray. It was Andy Cerna. It was just over his head. Pretty good defense out on the corner by Brock Spencer. Definitely 4-down territory here for Snake River. Out of the veer formation, play action. They'll throw into the flat, high pass, and Ray can't come down with it. Timing route that time. And a good hit along the far sideline that time by Jack Burke, the senior safety. It'll bring up a 4th down and 8, and this is a must convert for Snake River with the way that Weiser can run up clock on the offensive side of the football with their run game. Weiser's helmets look an awful lot like Wisconsin, as is their fight song. 4th down and 7, and before they can get the football snap, Snake River will call timeout. Our broadcast today is brought to you by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valley-wide Co-op and Country Stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. Our local sponsors that are bringing you today's broadcast include Lava Hot Springs, Spudnik, C&B Operations, Idaho Ag Credit, Farmer Supply Co-op, MTE Communications, Dilly Dental, Title One, Han Packing, Weiser Classic Candy and Deli, and Les Schwab Tires here in Weiser. Thank you for your support of our broadcast here today. Mike Safford, PJ Safford with you here in Weiser. 21-0. The Wolverines over the Panthers. It'll bring up a 4th down and 7 at the 40-yard line. Father coaching against son, father leading son, 21-0. It'll bring up a 4th down and 7. And they'll empty the backfield. 4 receivers set. They'll throw over the middle. Man is wide open, and he overshoots the receiver. Once again, it was Ray that was wide open down the seam. And Gilbert threw it about 5 yards over his head. If he puts it in the right spot, it's a touchdown. It was the tight end. They set up Ray that time, the tight end to the left side. He just leaked out. There was no one within 15 yards of him. But the pass goes incomplete. And for the 3rd time today, Weiser turns Snake River over on downs. And now for Weiser, a chance for them to try and have a time-consuming drive. Quick pitch, near side, a lot of running room, and a shoestring tackle. That's the difference in a touchdown. As Youngberg that time had a seam, he got a 15-yard gain. But it was Belknap that time that was able to get his shoestrings and pull him down, or he was going to the house. A big gain on 1st down for Weiser as the clock moves, as the Wolverines have it into Panthers territory at the 49-yard line. Handoff, Schertz right up the middle. He's just going to lower the shoulder, get to the 45. Clock will roll. A gain of 4 on 1st down. At the bottom of the pile was Cade England, a junior. Big front 4 for Snake River up front. The 2 tackles are big horses. England goes at 250. Carlos Martinez, the other tackle, goes at 305. Handoff, this time nowhere. As they tried the quick handoff, I think Schertz may have went the wrong direction. Probably an odd count. He went to the even side and nearly ran right into the back of Brett Spencer, the quarterback. So no gain on second down inside the final minute of the third quarter. And you would think if Weiser can't convert here, they'll let the clock run as far down as it can, maybe even get it to the fourth quarter. We'll see. Man in motion, third down, and now whistles and a flag and movement up front. We'll see which way the officials are going to point. It'll be a false start against the Wolverines. So bring up a third down and 14. Again, the winner will take on Gooding next week. That game will be in Gooding. 28-21 win over Timberlake today. Other side of the bracket, Homedale and South Fremont, they meet tomorrow. The winner will take on Sugar Salem, looking for their fourth straight 3A title. Third and 14, blitz comes. Spencer rolling out to his right. He will heave one deep down the field. No one there, goes incomplete. Trying to do his Patrick Mahomes impersonation that time was Brett Spencer. Just kind of sidearmed a heave down, and for the first time today, it looks like Weiser will punt. Have not seen a punt today. Late addition down onto the field. Pressure up the middle, and the punt is short. Knuckleball down around the 45-yard line. It's going to check up right there, and great field position for Snake River. So not a whole lot of change in field position. That was just a 14-yard punt. 19 seconds left here in quarter number 3. Weiser defense has been outstanding all year long. As it'll be Gilbert under center. He'll hand it off, middle of the defense. Hawker lunging forward across the 40 to near the 42-yard line, and that's going to take us to the end of quarter number 3. Snake River's going to need a lot here in the fourth quarter to try and keep their season alive. We're through 3. It is 21-0 in favor of the Weiser Wolverines. We're back after this, after timeout, on our game stream production of the 3A State Championships here on IdahoSports.com.
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual. I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available.
Back here in Weiser, we head to the fourth quarter. Snake River back to pass. Gilbert into the flat, thrown behind the receiver, Hawker, incomplete. That'll bring up a third down and about 6. Want to thank the staff here at Weiser High School, Tyler Grant, their athletic director. They've given us a booth. The hard part, though, is a very small booth. In fact, our tripod that our camera uses is almost the same size as the booth. But we're glad we could have the coverage for you. Third down and 6. Gilbert to his right, into the flat, pass caught. And I believe it'll be a first down catch for Staley. We'll see if they move the chains. They will, but it's going to be quickly up to the line for the team in white from the eastern half of the state. Played in a 3-team conference this year, the Southeast Idaho Conference, with Marsh Valley and American Falls. Bear River used to be a part of that, or should I say Bear Lake used to be a part of that league, but they're now at the 2A ranks. A little flea flicker. Gilbert steps up. Will he run? Yes. Gets to the boundary. He's near the 45 into Weiser territory as they handed it off to the running back, Staley, and then he pitched it right back to Gilbert. They were trying to find Anderson deep, but there were 3 red shirts all around him. But a gain of 6 for Cole Gilbert, the quarterback. The Southeast Idaho Conference Offensive Player of the Year, a junior. Out of the I formation, handoff out of the backfield. Not a lot of running room this time. As they turned and handed it off that time to Colby Hansen, a senior running back. As again, it was Levi Estes, the junior, to come up and fill the hole on the B gap. 3rd and 2, quick pitch, far side. First down run and breaking a tackle and a good gain for Levi Belknap. Inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. So Snake River using a multitude of players behind the quarterback. And Gilbert will hand it off again. Belknap along the far side. Nears the 30-yard line before a couple linebackers come over and fill for Weiser. It was Brock Spencer along with Schertz to make the tackle after a gain of about 6. They'll continue to run out of the I formation. This time it's Staley in the backfield. But instead, Gilbert back to pass, looks into the flat. It's high, nearly intercepted. He was throwing into the flat, trying to find Cerna, overshot him, and 2 different Weiser players were there. The receiver was open, but he wasn't able to make the play. And it brings up a 3rd down and 7. Once again, Snake River's been able to get down to the 30-yard line, but have been unable to do much after that. It is 21-0 in favor of Weiser. 10 minutes left in the contest. 3rd down and 7. They'll throw into the outside. It's caught, a first down catch along the far sideline. This time it's Cerna that makes the catch, as he goes down and makes the play and moves the chains. Nice little dig route to the boundary that time for Cerna, who also serves as the kicker for the Panthers. 23-yard line, first down and 10. It'll be a quarterback keep. Gilbert's got a big hole, 15-10, and he's inside the 10-yard line. Cole Gilbert right up the middle on a design keep. And this is as far into Weiser territory that Snake River has gone tonight. 9:40 left. They'll empty the formation again. Hawker, the running back, next to Gilbert to his left. First down and goal. And they will run it again with Gilbert right into the teeth of the Weiser defensive line. Short gain on first down. They'll push it 2 yards ahead down to about the 8. Again, clock on the move inside of 9.5 minutes. Snake River trying to get on the board. They won their opening round game 32-0 last week against McCall Donnelly. And now whistles everywhere and flags. I think there was movement up front. They were trying the inside trap play and trying to get in the hands of Staley, and it is a false start on the Panthers. So that'll push him back 5. It'll bring up 2nd and goal at the 13. Again, probably a lot of fans from Gooding right now flip this game on to see what their opponent next week will look like. Out of the pistol this time is Gilbert. He will play fake, roll out to his right, and he will get stopped behind the line of scrimmage. We've said their names a couple times tonight. It's McElroy and it's Youngland who are able to come over and make the play, and a loss of 4 more. Back to the 17-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and goal. Got to get to the end zone on this drive. They'll split receivers out, 4 of them, 2 to either side. Gilbert back to pass, steps up into the pocket, heaves to the end zone, going up, nearly intercepted. He was looking for Anderson, and a nice play defensively, but Malachi Scott, the junior. Scott had a good return on the first punt of the day by Snake River. And now brings up 4th and everything. This one's got to go to the end zone. 4th and goal at the 18. Cerna, along with Anderson, split out to the near side. Brush comes up the middle, stepping up Gilbert. Rolls out to his right. He will try to run, but won't get there. And once again, bend but don't break is the defense for the Wolverines. And the best drive of the day for Snake River goes for naught. And Weiser will take over 1st down and 10 with a long field in front of them, but they don't mind that with a 3-touchdown lead and needing to try to bleed 7 minutes and 44 seconds off the final clock. First down and 10. Brett Spencer hands off, middle of the defense. And a good gain on 1st down as he hands it off to his younger brother, Brock. He returned the opening kickoff 70 yards for a touchdown. 12 seconds into the game, giving Weiser a 7-0 lead. They haven't turned away since. Brett Spencer had a 19-yard touchdown run just before halftime to make it 14-0, and added another, a 7-yard touchdown run late in the 3rd. Quick pitch in the backfield. And not a lot of running room this time for Youngberg. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, as it'll bring up 3rd down and about 4. Weiser still keeping the foot down as a flag comes flying in late. We'll see what that's about. What it does is stop the clock. If it's a sideline warning on Snake River, this time will be a penalty. But it looks like Weiser moving backwards. We'll see what the call is. And it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Weiser. So that'll be 15 yards. And push the Wolverines back. I believe it'll be half the distance to the goal. The ball was resting right around the 20. So it'll move it back to the 9. As we mentioned, our broadcast tonight, we've talked about all the companies 3 times. Title I, Han Packing, Weiser Classic Candy, Les Schwab Tires, Farmers Supply Co-op, MTE Communications, Dilly Dental, C&B Operations, Idaho Ag Credit, Lava Hot Springs, and Spudnik. All key sponsors who brought you today's game. Those are all our local sponsors. We all have our state sponsors as well, including Project Filter. If you need to quit smoking, just give them a holler right now, 1-800-QUIT-NOW. So the ball rests back at the 9-yard line, 3rd and long. And they'll empty the backfield for Brett Spencer. They'll roll him out to his right. All the time in the world, throws back across the field. It's got a receiver and a completion near the first down. They went to Malachi Scott again as he just ran a little in route from his tight end position and just kind of sat in the seam and waited as the play all developed to his right. And Brett Spencer threw back across the body and an easy pitch and catch for a first down. They needed 14, they got 16. As the clock continues to roll inside of 6.5 minutes. And Weiser in no hurry this time. Everything in tight, double tight end set. It'll be a quarterback run to the near side. Spencer stiff arms a man, stiff arms another, and near the first down marker goes Brett Spencer on the designed rollout. Just a bootleg to the boundary, and they will give him 9. They bring up a 2nd down and a half yard with 5:37 left in the ball game. Weiser looks like right now they're going to move on to the state semifinals, where they'll take on Gooding next week. Get everything in tight. It'll be a dive play right up the middle, first down carry for Willie Schertz. As that push up front by that outstanding offensive line for Weiser. The center of Hoobury, the guards of Willett and Lockett, have been outstanding all season long. For the team in red, trying to win their 10th game of the year and be 1 win away from heading to the state title game. And a nice job here by Spencer to watch the back judge for when he puts up his hands to say when there's 5 seconds left. And then he will turn and he will hand it off. Youngberg this time over left guard. And he's across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Again, tomorrow, Homedale will take on South Fremont, the winner to meet Sugar Salem. If Homedale wins, they'll host that game somewhere here in the Treasure Valley, either down in Homedale or somewhere in the Treasure Valley. If South Fremont pulls the upset, that game will probably be at Holt Arena. 2nd down and 6. It'll be a dive play right up the middle again for Schertz. And he's just short of the line to gain. Make sure to stay tuned following this one. We will have our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Pretty easy one to pick tonight. If you've watched number 2 in red all night long, you know who it will be. And one of the top players in all of 3A football in the state of Idaho has put on a show on both sides of the ball tonight. As Jeb Harrison calls timeout on the far side, does not want that clock to bleed anymore with 3:31 left and a 21-0 Weiser lead. Quick look to see if we have any other scores. You can always go to our Friday Night Flash at IdahoSports.com. In the 4A ranks tonight, Pocatello has beaten Bishop Kelly 28-7. Blackfoot at halftime leading Nampa 7-0. Shelley in the second quarter, they lead Sandpoint 14-7. 5A ranks, Meridian with a stunner in the fourth quarter, leading Mountain View 21-6. Rigby at halftime leads Capital 28-14. And in the third quarter, Rocky Mountain is leading at Highland by a score 21-10. 3rd down and 1. They'll hand it off, and Schertz just plows his way forward. First down for Weiser. And they'll get another 4 downs. In the 1A Division I ranks, Oakley 80, Genesee 36. Lapway at halftime leading Prairie 38-30. 1A Division II, Dietrich over Camas County 46-12. Castleford leading Rockland 36-8. Kendrick leading Horseshoe Bend 20-0. Clock rolling inside 3 minutes. As Spencer under center, he'll hand it off to his fullback again. And plowing forward goes Caleb Grove. He's had a couple carries, has the sophomore. This time a gain of about 5, and it's all but academic now. And the fans here on the near side know they're going to make that 170-mile drive to Gooding next week for a semifinal matchup against the Senators. Waiting is Brett Spencer. And he will hand it off again. Grove right up the middle. He's got a first down carry. And Weiser now, if they want, probably could take a knee. As the Wolverines are going to improve to 10-1 on the season. And they're going to let their second unit come in and close this one out. How about that? Tom Harrison says, let's give all those seniors a chance to get a hand from the home crowd for the final time this year. Colin Cook, a freshman, will be under center. And he will hand it off the near side, short gain for Cash Kopp. Inside 90 seconds left. Again, we'll have our player of the game coming up. We'll look at our final sponsors for a final time and look ahead to next week. Great for these young players on both teams to get a chance to play. And for Snake River, what a season. After that 330-mile bus ride across state, handoff on a sweep, far side of the field, flag gets thrown down. As the carry that time for Matthew Monterose. But it looks like a holding call will be thrown against Weiser, so the inevitable will be delayed for just a bit. But for Weiser, their second appearance in the state semis in the last 3 years. I believe they were dispatched of by Homedale that year. This time they'll head to the Magic Valley. And whistles blow. And we'll wait to see what they will discuss. And the White Hat will go to the far side of the field. And I believe they will mention, I think they'll wind the clock. We'll see. Nope, they're going to put time on the clock. That's what it is. We've had issues with the clock operator all night. They'll put 7 seconds back on the clock. Clock says 49 seconds. The officials want 56 on the clock. Snake River thinking, okay, if we can draw up a 22-point play, it'll work. As they get the clock set, the clock will not wind. As they'll bring up a second down and 20. And they'll play fake. They'll throw a pass out of the backfield in space along the far sideline. Clock will still run. Inside of 50 seconds. As it was Cook that time, threw one out into flat and got it to Monterose again. And now whistle, and it looks like Snake River will use a timeout. with 39 seconds left. Again, our broadcast brought to you by CMB Operations. Great John Deere dealership in Blackfoot by Idaho Ag Credit since 1934. Lending cooperative for people in the eastern half of the state, including Blackfoot, American Falls, Twin Falls, and Rexburg. By Lava Hot Springs, just 10 minutes from McCannon and I-15. Check out their stuff at lavahotsprings.com. By Spudnik, one of the biggest international companies that help the needs of potato growers in field and storage equipment. They're located in Blackfoot, and they help high school athletics. By Title I, call 208-414-1455. Han Packing here in Weiser. Weiser Classic Candy and Les Schwab Tires, both here in Weiser. Farmer's Supply at 622 East Commercial in Weiser. MT Communications in Weiser. And Dilly Dental in Weiser, as Weezer's going to take a knee. Clock will roll, and that is going to do it. The Weiser Wolverines will move on to the state semifinals as they will knock off the Panthers of Snake River High by a score of 21-0 in an outstanding game by both teams, but the difference in this one was Weiser able to convert in the red zone on a pair of times, and Snake River unable to cash in on their opponents. That's going to do it for our broadcast here today, but stay tuned. Our post-game report comes up next, following timeout here on our IdahoSports.com's game stream production of the 3A state championships right here from Weiser.
I'm Dr. Christine Hahn. I'm an infectious disease doctor, and I'm Idaho's medical director for public health. It's my mission to keep our communities healthy and safe. That's why I believe every Idahoan should get their COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine's been tested. It's proving to be very safe, and it's the most effective tool we have to stop the spread.
Walk into a pharmacy or visit covidvaccine.idaho.gov to find your free COVID-19 vaccine.
Lead the charge into a brighter future with the all-new 2022 Volkswagen ID4. With an EPA estimated range of 250 miles, the ID4 knows how to go the distance. It's an electric SUV that's as fun to drive as it is stylish and functional. You don't have to sacrifice good looks for great performance. So stop by our dealership today and jumpstart your year with the Volkswagen ID4. Teton Volkswagen, where it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicle.
I'm Dr. Christine Hahn. I'm an infectious disease doctor, and I'm Idaho's medical director for public health. It's my mission to keep our communities healthy and safe. That's why I believe every Idahoan should get their COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine's been tested. It's proving to be very safe, and it's the most effective tool we have to stop the spread.
Walk into a pharmacy or visit covidvaccine.idaho.gov to find your free COVID-19 vaccine.
Final score again here tonight. It was Weiser 21 and Snake River nothing. Time for us to name our IdahoSports.com player of the game. It's always a fun thing when we're trying to produce the game as we can. And my son and I, we have not done a broadcast, using the program for over a year, and so we wanted to make sure that we had everything right. And it's time for us to name our player of the game, and it's going to be Brett Spencer of Weiser, as he is our player of the game. 2 touchdowns, really managed the game all contest long. Congratulations to Brett Spencer, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. As we look back into this contest, it started with a quick bang, as it was Weiser taking the opening kickoff, 70 yards for a touchdown, as it was Brock Spencer that picked up a squib kick down the middle of the field, and he just went down the numbers and went all the way to the end zone. Snake River had a couple chances. They had a drive that started at their own 1-yard line. They got it all the way down inside the 25, but turned it over on downs. 4 different times Snake River got inside the Weiser 30, but were unable to score on any of those chances. Weiser missed a field goal early in the second quarter that could have made it a 10-0 ball game, but they cashed in late in the period as capping a 54-yard drive. It was Brett Spencer who finished it off with a 19-yard touchdown run. That made it 14-0, and then midway through the third quarter, a 70-yard drive by Weiser was capped by a pretty bootleg, a 7-yard run by Brett Spencer again. He threw for 143 yards. He ran for 85 more, as it was Weiser picks up the win by a score of 21-0. So that sets up one of our state semifinals tomorrow, or next week. It'll be Gooding taking on Weiser. That one will be most likely in the Magic Valley. Make sure to check out IdahoSports.com for our broadcast information for that one. And again, Sugar Salem is already into the semis. They'll take on the winner of tomorrow's game between Homedale and South Fremont. Our broadcast again brought to you by our local sponsors from Eastern Idaho: C&B Operations, Idaho Ag Credit, Lava Hot Springs, and Spudnik. And our Treasure Valley sponsors in Title I: Hahn Packing, Weiser Classic Candy, Les Schwab Tires, Farmers Supply, MTE Communications, and Dilly Dental. This has been an IdahoSports.com game stream production of the 2021 Idaho State Football Championships. Tournament coverage is presented by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valley-wide Cooperative and Country Stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. Want to thank my right-hand man, PJ Safford, for engineering our broadcast and giving you an opportunity to see this great one. Thank you to Paul Kingsbury, our managing editor at IdahoSports.com, and also to the athletic director here at Weiser High School, Tyler Grant, for our great accommodations. Our final again, Weiser moves on to the state semifinals as they knock off Snake River by a score of 21-0. Until next week, friends, I'm Mike Safford, reminding each and every one of you, don't just have a great day, make it a great day. We will see you next week. But for now, from Weiser, friends, good night, everybody.